Thank you for tuning in. My name is Boston Tittenser and I'm currently a student at Chapman University in Orange, California. This is my video presentation for my research project in the use of social media and specifically the use of Facebook in the professional workplace. I conducted this research under the direction and guidance of Dr. Kirk Key. I specifically focused my project in the surf and action sports industry. I targeted people that run the marketing departments for their companies and shop owners in the retail sides of the action sports. My goal was to get the perspective from both the retailer and the vendors to see if the objectives of both sides were meeting in the middle of the use of social media. Both the retailers and the vendors shared a common goal with the use of social media, and that was to drive sales. In an interview with Greg Tomlinson, better known as GT, the founder and head of marketing for Von Zipper, explained to me the purpose of a marketing department is to expose the product and to drive sales at a retail level. The main goal for vendors and retailers is to sell product and make money. I used qualitative interviewing methods to conduct my research. I conducted 13 different interviews, and they were all between 20 minutes and 1 hour. I used the grounded theory approach to analyze the data. I recorded each interview and then transcribed them in order to methodically dissect the interviews to look for emerging themes.
And I'll be honest with you, so much in fact, and here's a mistake I think a lot of companies make is they sick some intern on Facebook or the social media, and it's a major faux pas. The reason why our social media, we went from, well, I'll tell you the story about our Facebook thing in a minute, but the only way it works is you have to have people that are speaking in the vernacular of your company, the language of the company, the spirit of the company. If you have some intern come in who doesn't really know about your brand and been engaged with it, how can they speak to your people in a correct manner? So it's super important. I mean, even to the point where we've gotten down, originally we had, Von Zipper Europe, Von Zipper Australia, Von Zipper South America, and we still have all those pages. But initially it was one voice coming out of the US where we let our partners chime in on it. And we found early on that was a no-no. If they want to talk to their market, they can. But by and large, if you want to know what's going on from Von Zipper, from the headquarters, it is only spoken by, quite frankly, me and one other person. We don't let anybody else touch our Facebook page. It's that vital. At one point, man, you got to drop your butt in there and get hot.
Yeah. So in closing, this is being applied to, college students, college research, and people that are trying to figure out where this is all going. Yeah. What are the uses of it? I mean, is there something that you would say, that you might know that others might? I mean, a lot others don't know, but I'm saying.
No, I don't. Here's the thing. You know what the beauty of people in school right now? Listen, I graduated from college. God, I can't even remember now, but I've been in the workplace for 20-something years now. And the one thing that college kids have the advantage of is the technology is moving so fast. And this whole social media thing really is a 3 to 5 year phenomena, and it's just the beginning. And so, what the rad thing is right now is for those that are in college or learning about it now, man, you're right in the middle of it. And you will get the benefit. In my business, I'm looking for the smart young kid.
You don't want to sit there and blast stuff all the time, because then you're just kind of getting useless information out there. And people want to know what's going on, but they don't want you in their ear every second either. So we try and just put out what's important.
Consumer communication strategy, and so much of today's kind of marketing efforts are about having rapport with the consumer, not just pontificating your brand message, but actually hearing what they have to say about your brand and your products. And that's so easy to do through Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
So when you guys post something on Facebook, you find that you get a lot of people responding back on it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, it's, for us, it was more about quality over quantity. We wanted to, speak to our consumers and let them know that we were listening. And, it grows over time. So what's, 1,000 Facebook friends turns into 2,000, turns into 5,000, turns into 10,000. And it's just, the the size of the pond grows, and you just start to have, you know, more volume with your messaging.
Instagram, people that want to post photos of the product on Instagram, whatever it is, and you guys are kind of associated with that through being able to see the product on certain personalities and people, and then also for them to be able to have some comments on there and see who likes it, who whatever feedback you can get from it.
Yeah, and it's been a lot of fun because you got this, you know, photo opportunity plus a little messaging, and then you've got this kind of, you develop, there's a rapport there. There's people commenting on it, be it good or bad.
Right.
And you know, if it's bad, I've actually realized that I've had some really unique opportunities to kind of confront haters on stance in that arena, where they'll say something like, you know, whatever it is, derogatory about stance, and then I kind of like humbly approach them and say, hey, you know, sorry to feel that way. This is this and this, and 9 times out of 10 they go, oh, hey, sorry, I didn't know. You know, and it provides an opportunity for you to let them know more about your brand or what the messaging was and why it was like that. So it's been a great opportunity for that. And I personally do the Instagram for us, and I think just because I think it's fun. And then who knows who's really going to our website?
Right.
You know, maybe an Instagram follower or someone who's watching us on Twitter, they don't ever see our site. You know, they just don't take the time. Or Facebook, like, you know, people that do Facebook, that's all they do. They don't go to websites. They just freaking Facebook all day. So by putting a product on Facebook, it shows them what we're doing. You know, they don't have to go to our site. And we've seen it where, you know, someone will Instagram photos of some socks that we sent them, and somebody else like, dude, what the hell? I got to get those. Those are insane. Which style is that? You know, and it kind of just creates that demand.
Yeah, that's perfect. Do you have anything that you've found that has surprised you or that you think is prolific on the social media platform that's kind of in a good or a bad way kind of caught you off guard or surprised you, or just kind of one of those awe moments like, whoa, I had no idea?
All these tools at your hands
Yeah.
that are affordable. It's insane. And, you know, there's some negative to it where, you know, on your Facebook page, someone may post something derogatory and you just kind of got to suck it up and, you know, either combat it or confront it, which again can offer a good platform for that. Or, you know, somebody says your product sucks right there for all your people to see. You're like, wow, all right. But that's, you know, hey, then maybe your product does suck. You got to figure out what you're doing wrong. So
Right.
That's, you know, turn that frown upside down.
All right, perfect. So you do notice and keep track of actually driving sales with the use of social media.
Absolutely. And I think for us, you know, running ads and just paying X amount of dollars for an ad and not really understanding, you know, if you really tapped into your demographic or your key target customer is it's kind of disheartening because you don't know if you really nailed it. But when you do promotions and any type of incentives that are on Facebook or email blasts, and that next day you see immediate spike in sales, you know that, hey, I spent this amount of money on this. This is the sales we got in return, and you cost-benefit analysis, do a cost-benefit analysis on this. But to go back and answer your question, you know, we've taken the approach of definitely cutting back on print advertising, taking more of an online approach, because for us, we see immediate sales when we do these type of things. Before we would do promotions, and let's face it, online right now is all about
Twitter didn't really work. That was Jesse was doing all that.
Right.
But I don't know, that's kind of just Jake is
Keeping it at Facebook right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
They do, you know, email blasts and stuff too. They kind of stopped that with Jesse, but
Right. And then what about as far as friends go on Facebook? Do a lot of the employees that work here for Hobie, are they friends of the Hobie Surf Shop Facebook?
yeah, the majority are.
Okay. And did they find out about information that you guys are doing promotions through stores through Facebook, or do you guys try to still communicate that to them, like tell them?
Communicate it to them first, but lots of times if it's something going on in Laguna that I post, our people might see it and they'll be like, oh, Laguna's doing a Donovan concert, that's cool. Like, so they don't always know, they might see it on Facebook first.
So it's been okay. So it is become useful for other stores to get information that they might not have gotten
Yeah.
otherwise. Okay. have those accounts, they've voiced to you that the importance of you doing social media has helped them and it's helped them work more with Element and with you?
Totally, I would think so because it is the easiest way to do a contest. It is the cheapest, most efficient way, and that's generally the first thing that they want to do. And so I think that it's always the first suggestion. So I would assume from that it is beneficial to their brands and everything. It's like, that's what they're always coming to you with. Hey, we want some of your fans. I'm sure you'd like some of our fans. Obviously they're both have the same interests. Let's do something. So it seems like that's always the first go-to in terms of working together.
So sharing fans and getting people to like your page and their page and working together to kind of share that customer or that following is a pretty important aspect of it.
Totally. And it's like sneaky guerrilla warfare almost at this point, because you can, with that like gate, where you have to click through to like, now it's basically a forced like.
And you're relatively young. Do you think there's an advantage of younger people and their understanding of social media in the workplace versus someone who might not have grown up or it might be new to them?
Yeah, for sure. Like I obviously, like my dad doesn't have Facebook and stuff, which is that's also a letdown. But like you gotta look at like what you're like campaigning to. Like our brand's not campaigning towards like 60-year-old men. We're to like the younger lifestyle.
Right.
The best like time of the day that I feel like amongst like people my age and like that are in college and that are like working their butts off is like when they get home and like doing late night homework. People always, while doing homework, will just like take a break from their homework and check into Facebook, and that's like the best time. When you see like all those people, like all your friends online, like ready to chat with all those green circles like lining up on the right hand side, that's when you know it's like time to freaking post.
So it's better to post things a little bit later so it pops up on their feed a little bit higher up?
Exactly, yeah.
Perfect.
Goes right to gnarlyclothes.com and straight to Facebook. Like anything that we ever blog or do before it even goes to the magazines or anything I go straight to gnarlyclothes.com and Facebook. Like those are our two avenues. Our own website and retail stores are all over Facebook, and that's been seriously 50% of our retail connections. They've come through Facebook.
That's huge. So there's probably a lot of retail stores that'll go to Facebook or go see your guys' Facebook page, and that'll be what brings them to wanting to carry the brand.
Shops, or we go friend shops that we're going after, so that we make sure they're paying attention to what we're doing.
How many friends?
It's an automatic home feed to them.
That's
what I mean? Like, so if there's a shop I want, like Martini Snow and Skate in Ohio, I go and friend them, and so now I know they're paying attention. They see, whether they're paying attention or not, they see what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
They see everything on the homepage. I would say because of our target demographics, like
young,
13 to maybe 30 years old, and that's pretty much like the Facebook. If I was trying to sell polo, I wouldn't Ralph Lauren or
right. You wouldn't be so much concerned.
I wouldn't worry so much about Facebook. I'd worry about my Neiman Marcus appointment. You know what I mean? I don't think the buyer of Neiman Marcus is so worried about their Facebook page.
Yeah. Thank you for watching this clip. I hope this would better help you understand the use of social media in the professional workplace.